Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Building Better Relationships in Construction. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sabrina. As always, we're exploring ideas from Paul Schwinghammer's excellent book, Building Better Relationships, a guide to enhancing the customer experience for home builders, remodelers, and construction managers.
Today we're looking at Chapter 24, which Paul titles, Explore All Options Before Acting. And honestly, this might be one of the most counterintuitive but valuable concepts we've discussed.
It really is. Because our natural instinct when something goes wrong, especially in construction, is to fix it immediately. The pressure to keep things moving, to show progress, can be overwhelming.
Exactly. Paul describes this so well, that fast-paced environment where time literally is money, but he argues that what feels like the most straightforward path, that quick fix, might actually cost you more in the long run.
Not just financially either, but in terms of relationships and trust. Let's talk about that example Paul gives, with the electrical box installation.
Right, where the electrician puts in this permanent outdoor box, only to realize later that the placement isn't ideal, maybe because of landscape constraints or an overlooked access panel.
And the immediate reaction might be, okay, let's just pay to have it moved. It seems simple. A few $100s for labor and materials. Problem solved. But Paul's question is so important. Is that really the best course of action?
Or, as he puts it, are there other solutions that can be achieved without adding cost or time? That moment of pause, that willingness to explore, is what separates reactive problem solving from strategic relationship building.
And exploring options doesn't mean endless deliberation. Paul suggests some very practical approaches. Consulting with the trades involved, perhaps adjusting the landscaping, checking with utility companies or regulatory bodies, engaging the project team for brainstorming.
I love that he emphasizes collective wisdom, sometimes a fresh perspective, especially from someone actually doing the work on site, can reveal a simpler fix that wasn't apparent from the office.
In that electrical example, the team might discover that simple rerouting of conduit or using a different component could solve the problem without any reinstallation. That kind of real-time problem-solving demonstrates real commitment to finding the best solution.
And this is where Paul connects it back to the relationship bank account concept. Taking the time to explore options before acting, it makes multiple deposits.
First, it builds trust with clients by showing you prioritize their interests and are committed to cost-effective solutions. They see you're not just throwing money at problems.
Second, it encourages collaboration with contractors. When you approach them with, hey, let's figure this out together, rather than just fix this now, it emphasizes teamwork over blame.
Third, it actually improves operational efficiency in the long run. Proactive problem resolution avoids those escalations that tie up time and resources later.
And finally, it just highlights your professionalism. That deliberate, thorough approach, even under pressure, shows you're focused on quality above all.
But here's the thing, Alex. Exploring options is only half the equation. How you communicate this process to clients is equally important.
Absolutely. Paul suggests framing it carefully to reinforce confidence. Something like, when we encountered this challenge, rather than rushing into a costly fix, our team explored several options. We found a reconfiguration that addresses the issue without additional expenses. The additional benefit is that the customer doesn't have to see you fixing things, but rather finding solutions that work.
That type of communication does so much. It reassures clients that your priority is transparency and resourcefulness. It shows them your decisions are based on careful analysis rather than panic. Anyone can throw money at a problem, but careful thought and planning can save time, money, and further establish yourself as a professional.
And each time you handle a situation this way, it's another deposit in that trust account. Over time, these deposits compound significantly. And as we've mentioned many times over the course of this series, you need to keep your deposits building because there will always be more withdrawals down the road.
So true, Alex. When clients see you consistently taking the methodical approach, evaluating options rather than rushing into costly decisions, they develop much deeper confidence in your leadership.
That trust translates directly into repeat business, increased referrals, and what Paul calls a solid reputation for professionalism.
The long-term benefits really do outweigh the temporary savings of quick fixes. Yes, stopping to explore options might feel like you're slowing down, but it actually makes projects smoother overall.
Relationships become stronger because you're demonstrating integrity, and your reputation grows as someone who's thoughtful and reliable.
Paul's ultimate point is so powerful. Exploring all options before acting isn't just a smart business strategy. It's about exemplifying commitment to integrity, transparency, and excellence.
It's about paying attention to details early, asking the right questions, patiently evaluating alternatives. These actions build trust, foster collaboration, and ensure you deliver the highest quality work.
When clients and team members recognize that you prioritize careful planning and strategic decision-making, they trust you more deeply. That trust creates the foundation for everything that follows.
Ultimately, as Paul concludes, taking the time to explore all options is an investment in your legacy, one that consistently pays dividends in trust, satisfaction, and long-term success.
And if you want to explore Paul's ideas further, and really, you should.
Remember, you can purchase your copy, Building Better Relationships, a guide to enhancing the customer experience for home builders, remodelers, and construction managers by author Paul Schwinghammer on Amazon and Barnes & Noble in multiple formats.
Thanks for joining us for this episode. Be sure to join us next time for episode 25, entitled The Value of Quick Solutions. Until next time, keep building and keep building better relationships.
Take care, everyone.